Peace and power to you, good people of the internet. I'm Kevin Orosz, and in this video, I want to explain a little bit about my understanding of evolution, also known as revolution. They're one and the same, really, in the organic world, and we are experiencing a quantum leap right now as a human species. And it's beautiful because this idea that evolution happens gradually over millions and millions of years, and as Darwin described, the beautiful myriad of forms in nature is just this gradual drip, drip, drip that becomes a river and becomes an ocean of evolutionary change and traits, which is true. And as we know now, as we study evolution, and many of the modern ethologists and evolutionary biologists, E.O. Wilson comes to mind, some of the greats of the 20th century, they actually noticed that some of the biggest changes in populations happened in massive punctuated equilibrium bursts or quantum leaps. Evolutionary bottlenecks that put so much pressure and changed the landscape or environment so much that the species had no choice but to evolve, and often in drastic, massive ways. And that's what we're seeing right now on this planet. Evolve or die. And what I mean by die, it's not always a physical death. If you want to be relevant creatively, if you want to be relevant mentally, if you want to be relevant as a thinking, speaking, feeling member of the vanguard, the tip of the spear of humanity, who's going to push us forward? Who's going to bring the best parts, the virtues of humanity out? Cooperation, collaboration, creativity, compassion, discernment, and stewardship for life itself. If you're not on that trajectory, if you're not in that mode of believing, thinking, and feeling, you will die. And it won't always be a physical death. It might be an egoic death. It might be a death of personality. It might be the death of your finances. It might be the death of your creativity. It might be the death of your relevance or your ability to, as an integrated being, speak and be met by your fellow tribe in a way that you would most like. So this is a message to all those people. It's a message to those on Wall Street right now that are being exposed in their criminal acts, that are being exposed in their censorship. This is a message to the many, many people of PC culture and cancel culture and who use shame, blame, and guilt as weapons online. This is a message to many of the people in politics right now who say one thing and do another in regards to men, women, and children, and the free access to clean soil, air, food, and water, in the protection and stewardship of our natural environment. Many of these beings who we love because they're our brothers and sisters, many of these beings who we trust because they've been in positions of leadership and power, they will die. They will die off. And I say this as someone who studies evolution, as someone who feels this trend, who feels what's happening with our species and what's being asked to open up more of for us, and that's evolution. Evolution of consciousness. We're not going to sprout wings or grow gills as humans. We're going to evolve our consciousness and our awareness to include all of life and ourselves in a new vision of civilization. And if you're not on board with that, get your affairs in order, because nature, life itself, not any institution or ideology, not an individual, not a group of individuals, nature itself will end you.